like, all right, I'm running. Like, if my mind relaxes, my body will relax. I won't get as tired. Like, during
Valid.
that, or like even if like it doesn't have to be like workout related. Like, say I'm in a situation where maybe like I'm starting to get like like
Mm-hmm.
anxious or just like whatever. I'm like
Even
up high in the emotion.
angry,
Yeah,
tense,
yeah. Like
anything. Mm.
my emotions are high. It's like, all right, like relax the mind, body will follow. Heart rate will go down. You feel better, and then you can actually think about what you're doing. That's exactly what boxing is. Slow down, move, see what's in front of you, and then you'll see that opening where you can like counter, or you see that opening where you can get away from.
What's up, y'all? We're back with another LT360 podcast. This is a rare occurrence. This might be the first one. It's actually the second time that I've tried to do a podcast with this dude. And we did it successfully the first time. I just had slippery fingers and threw the files in the trash. So it was a total accident, but we're back with, once again, one of my favorite people, my brother from another mother, Rhode Islander, a LaSalle College teammate of mine and roommate of mine, and a fellow Fit Pro and personal trainer, Edge Fitness Club up in Cranston, Rhode Island, my hometown. So welcome, Justin King Smooth J McCoy, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Justin McCoy, to the table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a great introduction. Wow, that was you're practicing that one. That was
Elevated it. Yeah, nah, I actually didn't practice it. It was straight off the top.
yeah,
We
bars,
did that a lot. We did that a lot.
bars.
We practiced. You brought me to that higher level. We used to do that a lot. So straight off the bat, bro, what is one thing that you remember from our first podcast talking about?
What were we talking? That was when COVID was like really like
Yeah, that
kind of
was like,
starting to get bad. Like
mhm.
it was on the rise. I remember we talking about that.
That was like, it was pretty much like the end of March, early April, I think.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was like
Right.
right at the peak. Yeah.
Um,
So we definitely covered that.
it was like not so long ago, but it feels so long ago.
I feel that. There's a lot has happened, bro. A lot has happened since then.
What just happened?
2020's been crazy. Anything pop into your head? It wasn't like you had to remember. I was just trying to see if you could jog your memory. I remember talking about a lot of stuff that you wanted to make happen and get done in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of,
yeah. My many ambitions.
yeah, your empire. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Enterprise. Okay.
Yes. Not rent a car. We're talking
Nope.
about Jace. We're talking about King Smooth Enterprises. And if
Come
you're wondering, smooth is actually spelt with a VE, not a TH at the end. Smooth.
on.
Yeah, smooth. Yeah, yeah.
But
Where did that
no,
come
yeah, I
from?
mean,
Where did smooth come from?
you know what? That's a good question. I've had so many nicknames through basketball. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
at least like 4 or 5, and Smooth is the only one that stuck. Because
You know what? It
I
was
want to say
Pat.
Yay.
Was
I
it
want to say
Pat or Yay?
it was one of those. It was. I think it might have been Yay. It might have been Yay.
Yeah, it was
Might have been.
probably Yay. It was
And then
probably
I
Yay.
switched it to like my little thing on Snapchat, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's when it became a thing. And then
That's when it was like, it's concrete. That's it. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Have you
Nah,
talked to
yeah, that was
Ye? I miss Ye, man.
I know.
Have you
He's doing
talked to
good
him?
though.
Yeah.
Not recently to be honest, not in a little bit.
Mm.
But I
I
talked to him like it was kind of like quarantine hit, and then like nobody really talked to anybody. I feel like it was just kind of like
yeah, it was like you could get coronavirus through a text fear.
yeah, it was like weird.
Like, nah, I'm just gonna not talk to anybody. I don't have my mask on.
Have your mask on the phone.
Yo, you got your mask on?
Now, right now though, I mean, my big thing I'm working on is turning that, um, improving my garage a little bit.
Which I like. I like that idea. A lot of people did that, bro. I did an interview with someone the other day, um, and he's looking to move his family down to South Florida. He wants to join our team, and it was funny. He was sitting in his garage. He turfed out his garage with black turf. He had a squat rack in there. He had a bike, a rower, um, dumbbells, kettlebells, and some open floor space because he does a lot of animal flow and like ground-based movements and
Right?
training. So
That's sick,
it
yo.
was
Black
dope,
turf.
bro. It was clean. It was so clean.
Yeah, that sounds like the black turf. I've never
The
even heard of
black,
that. Like,
yeah, it was tough, bro. It was super,
ah,
super dope.
I wish I.
So if that is something you can do, I mean, look into it.
I mean that garage, the black turf. It sounds tempting, but I don't know. I don't know if it's right for that garage. No, I have like the little like puzzle pieces type
Yeah,
of.
yeah, you got the
I
foam
don't think
padding.
those
Yeah,
those are pretty straight. I mean, I'm cool with those.
yeah, that's what my dad has in his bedroom that got turned into a gym. He's got the elliptical, treadmill, dumbbell rack, kettlebells underneath, bands, and a little box for like box step ups or like bridges and things like that. But it's all just foam padding, just plenty, more than enough. And then he's got like a big TV and TV stand in the corner. I'm like, that's just taking up so much room. You don't need the TV in the gym.
I leave that. Leave that. Just have
this
your
ain't
headphones.
this ain't the Edge Fitness Club movie theater, cardio movie theater.
Oh, that's
Y'all really have a movie theater in your gym.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it plays the one thing I'll say about it is it plays the same movie all day. They should have like a rotation, like two or three, maybe
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Like
it's the
it's the
same
same.
movie all day,
Yeah, they play one movie like a
and
day.
it just repeats. And then the next day, different movie, repeat. Next day, different movie, repeat. That's crazy. Yeah. So if you, I mean, but like, who's gonna sit in there for like 2.5 hours and come back later in the day and do it again? But like for you, if you work in there, I guess that's different because you're like, I've been here for 8 hours.
Yeah, because it's right next to like
I've
little
seen this. I've seen this scene 4 times.
facts, right? And it's
Yeah.
funny too because it's right next to the trainer cage. So like some movies they be playing like John Wick and like they be
Mm,
having some like raw ass
get
movies.
loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get loud. You hear the same thing over and over. Like you got to go in there and like clean a little bit, like wipe down the machines, and it's like, yo, I seen this earlier. Boom, boom. You walk out.
That's funny. That's crazy. I was blown away by that, bro. Mike was like, "Yo, yeah, there's a whole movie." I was like, "What do you mean by a movie theater, bro? Like, you can't just say movie theater in a gym." And he was like, "Nah, bro. Like, go look in there." I walked in and I literally seen like 6 rows of cardio things and just a massive screen. I was like, "Wait,
Oh,
hold, what?" That's wild.
yeah.
So
People be
that's
doing
kind of cool though. I liked the gym though. I hadn't been in there until I was home and I went and worked out. And the turf area when you first walk into the right is super dope. It's open. I like that. It was just like there's no like, you know, fence or limitation on what you can do. It's just kind of open.
right
And
there.
then that, yeah, and that monkey bar complex that's right next to it is dope. You have the bars that go up, and then you have the basically the door handle bars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
and
like
then
those
you have the
rock.
monkey bar. Yeah, you have the staggered up and down across.
Uh-huh.
You had the dip bar. I mean, that was super functional. I was monkeying all over that thing.
Yeah, that was nice. And you have even like the rope.
Yeah, the never ending rope. Yep.
You have that. You have
There's TRXs over there.
yeah,
I mean, not
TRX.
TR. There is TRXs over there, but you can also do uh, landmines over there.
Yep, landmines, and even in that little thing, that's like a rack. You could do squats off of that. People do squats
Hmm.
off of that all the time.
And there's a preacher curl spot, which is like not super functional, but it's right next to the landmine thing,
Yep.
which is dope. Yeah, that was cool. We did a lot over there, um, bro. I did Mike was having me do, we were hanging, right? So we had feet hooked up underneath one of the tall bars and knees over one of the short bars, right? So our knees came over and then our toes hooked underneath this bar, and we were hanging, and we had the 10-pound medicine ball, and we were doing overextension when you're laying, sit up, boom, press through the bars, come all the way back down, doing sit-ups hanging from the monkey bars. And I was banging through them, bro. And they were easy while I was doing them. But for like 5 days afterwards, my abs were hurting, dude. They were so sore. They were so sore. I was like, whoa, I gotta do some more of those because that did something for my abs that I don't do enough.
It's
And
probably like almost like that constant like kind of like tension you keep on there because you're always kind of like curled up because you don't want to like
yeah,
kind of
you
like
don't want to just completely
exactly
let yourself go. You have to eccentrically control your way down. And
exactly.
and you have the 10-pound med ball with you. So it was like, it felt good though. I felt like, when you get that sore ab feeling, you're like tight in the midsection the whole, and you for like 4 days, you're like, ooh, yes, this
So
feels
yeah, and
good.
then you're just back, you're like,
Yeah.
yep, I feel it this one, I feel
It
it that
doesn't
one.
look any different, but it feels better. Oh man. So that was cool. And then we went into the free weight section a little bit where we used the Smith machine a little bit, which I haven't used a Smith machine in like probably 2 years for like just benching. We were doing benching and curling, and then we went and freestyled on the bar in the corner, the squat rack bar in the corner, um, doing all sorts of tumbles over the pull-up bar, muscle ups, walking pull-ups, and things like that. That probably added to my ab soreness now that I think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
that definitely wasn't just the sit-ups, but no, I like that, bro. And you have the tank too. You have the tank on
sled,
wheels, the sled on wheels. We just
yep.
got 2 of those at the gym. We partnered with uh, Deca Fit. So Deca Fit is a little spin-off company of Spartan. Spartan bought them out, and Deca Fit is basically doing this like decathlon of 10 movements. Listen to this, right? The 10 movements, bro, for time. And if they were to do it at a big Spartan event, like they do weekend Spartan events, right? Like Saturday, there's a morning wave and an afternoon wave. You run like the 7-mile race with all the obstacles, blah, blah, blah. But people are getting bored of that. So Spartans like looking for a different way to like tune it up, twist it up. So they decided to buy out this idea, this company called DecaFit. It's a decathlon, and ideally, if it was at one of those Spartan weekends, you would do a 500-meter row between the 10 different 500-meter run, sorry, between the 10 movements. Okay. So you would do the first movement, run 500 meters, do the second run, 500 meters, do the third run, 500 meters. And you're finishing with, as fast as you can. That's the goal. But when COVID hit, they decided to do even a little more of a spin-off, and they said, all right, we're going to call it Deca Strong, and we're going to just do those 10 movements for time inside of gyms all around the country. We're going to have like affiliate gyms that are partnered with us that are capable of doing this event because they don't need anything big. They don't need 500 meters to go for a run, all of that stuff. They'll just have those 10 movements, those 10 stations, and they can
Right.
do that for time, and they'll have a bunch of people run through it. So the 10 movements are 30 reverse lunges with a weighted barrel on your back, then a 500-meter row, then I don't know if it's 20 or 30 box step overs or box jumps. Then it's 25 weighted med ball sit-ups. After that, it's a 500-meter ski erg. You know what a ski erg is,
Yep.
right? Yep.
Uh-huh.
After the ski erg, your forearms are super tight. Your forearms and your lats are toasted by then. Then they have you do farmer's carries. It's 5 laps of, I want to say it's like 100 meters farmer carry. For males, you have to do it with 60-pound dumbbells. For females, it's 40-pound dumbbells. So your forearms are tight as all hell, and you got to do a 100-meter farmer's carry with 60-pound dumbbells. After that, you do 25-calorie assault bike. After the assault bike, it's med ball over-the-shoulder pickups. From there, you do the tank, push, TRX pull, push, TRX pull, 5 laps of 50 feet, I think it is. So I think it ends up being like 100 meters, something like that. It's pretty much the same as the farmer's carry on level 3, right? So it's not on neutral or level 1, right? Yeah, you know, the tension on the side of those things, yeah. Those things just don't move. They're light as hell, but it just doesn't allow you to move it fast. And then the last one is the same barrel that you have to do the reverse lunges with. You have to do chest to barrel overhead burpees with.
How many of those?
20. Crazy.
That's the last one.
That's the last one. So all of that, and I did it, to give you an example, I did it in 21 minutes and 12 seconds.
Right.
There was someone at the same event that I went to and did it in under 15 minutes.
Okay, so it could be their first time. It must be.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's only been out for like 6 months. This course is not like it's been done everywhere and anywhere. Like, this has only been a thing for a couple months, and this dude had only done it one time before. But he's like a crazy firefighter, CrossFit junkie. He trains in that state of like working on, you know, strength through cardiovascular fatigue the entire time. So it was just sickening. And then, dude, one of our members, she is in her 40s. Her daughter actually works at the gym, right? She ran a half marathon in the morning, went home, showered, had breakfast, came to the event, and did it in 23 minutes and 30 seconds. When she told me that she only took 2 minutes less than I did, and she ran 13 miles 2 hours before that, I got so mad, bro. I
know you did. Yo, I know you did.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
And like, and it just speaks to her capability. She's a triathlete. Sure. She does insane amounts of things like that. But I mean, we had a NHL player that we trained come do it with us that day, and it took him like 19 minutes and 11 seconds or something like that. So like, he even had just beat 20 minutes, and someone else came in there and did it sub 15, and someone else and that woman, our member, did it in 23 after a half marathon. Crazy. Either way, though, to make a short story long, once again, those tanks are pretty dope. I was surprised to see that, because those tanks were made by that company.
Right.
So that's where they actually started and came from.
I mean, they have some pretty good like quality like equipment and stuff there. I mean, it's pretty.
No, yeah, absolutely. I liked it. I was definitely a fan. Even, I mean, you guys had a whole smoothie bar and everything there too afterwards that looked legit. Didn't look like it was crappy.
You know that nice big open room has all the mirrors around the group X room.
Yeah.
It's kind of green walls. That's like I love doing all my my jump roping in there. That's like the best room to like go in there, jump rope.
Shadow boxing, jump roping. Yeah.
All that stuff.
That's what's up. In terms of all of that, where are you with boxing and everything?
Still nursing the shoulder.
Yeah, still nursing
the left shoulder. It's like
So what happened? You threw a jab and it just. gave
I
way?
do I
A
do a
hook?
hook.
You threw a hook.
I do a hook, and it's like part of it was definitely like technique. Like I didn't keep it tight. Like my elbow
Yeah, you like
kind of
you
like bent. I
flew
kind of
out. Yeah,
out.
you flared.
So I feel like part of it was that, but also like the dude I was sparring, he kind of like whipped his like his shoulder and like his like head kind of into my arm. So it was like a
Mm. So it was a
shit.
jolt, right? You were coming this way and he went that way, and it was like a
Right, yeah. So it was like opposite ways. It was like
force
wow.
on force. Yeah, greater force one almost in a sense. Crazy.
And it's funny too because um I stopped lifting as much when I started the boxing. So I feel like as I was getting like faster parts of my punches and kind of stronger in that sense, and like more powerful, like using my hips and using my
Hmm.
body behind my punches, I felt like my like strength in like my shoulders and like kind of like even in like just like my arms, like biceps and stuff like that, like just actually taking that contact kind of like got weaker, and I feel like
Hmm.
that kind of contributed to it too. But I'm at like 90% right now because like I can lift, like I'm lifting and it's fine. I stretch it out, feels good. Even if I shadow box, it's not too bad. But like I definitely know if it's like if I start wailing on a heavy bag, it's not gonna be that right
No, that's yeah. That's good though that you know you're where you're at right now.
Yeah. It's just sitting there because like it was like at 0 and then it got to like 60 really fast. Then it got to like 80 really fast. And
Hmm.
then it starts like getting really slow as like the better and better you get. It's just like
Yeah, of course,
just
of
forget
course.
funny.
What is it that you miss most right now about boxing? What do you feel like you're lacking?
The
Because like
challenge,
the challenge, competition.
competition, learning something new,
True, true.
like going through the motions, like and like it sucks because I was like just starting to like get it, like pick up certain things that I was having a hard time the whole time ever since I started and being like, all right, I finally got it. And then this
Yeah.
happens and it's like, damn, bro, it's like I was just starting to get that shit. I was just starting to get it, man, and like this happened. So it's like I miss like the aha moments. Because right now I don't really have any aha moments. I run to keep my key stay in shape. I do my core to just keep it strong. Then I do my lifts, I do kind of
Yes.
my recovery stuff, and like that's
Yeah.
kind of it.
Just
It's kind
going
of
through the
bland.
motions, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of bland.
Maintaining and stuff like that. Yeah. You're the same kind of person as me. You get bored without, learning and progressing. So speaking on like that challenging aspect, right? That's what I've been trying to play ball more. And because it just brings me back, bro. It brings me to that state of like nothing else going on right now matters whatsoever. I'm just I'm just engaged in this game. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to have some fun, see what I can do. You know me when I'm playing ball, it's like I'm not gonna do the simple thing that I know I can do. I'm gonna try to do something new that hasn't been done before
Plus
that
on
I
it.
haven't done yet.
Plus on it.
So that for me, bro, I realize is just so intuitive and something that like I really do need in terms of like just mental health. It helps me in so many different ways.
Yeah,
Um, so I've been trying to play ball more. And before I went up there, before I left, the courts near my house here, they were still completely blocked off. The rims were entirely padlocked with 4x4s over the top and bottom.
yeah.
You couldn't do anything. And I had, funny enough, when I was home, I woke up one morning and uh, I was kind of, I had a little fun night the night before. I was like, you know what, I need to go for a run. So, so I wake up and I go for a run, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna run to Doric, and I'm gonna do a lap around Doric Park, and then I'm gonna run home. And I got to Doric, and I did a lap, and as I'm running around the lap, I see people playing on both courts over there. So I was like, let me run by again. Let me see who's playing, and let me see if anybody, And I go over again, and I see there's 3 kids playing, playing 21. So I'm like, all right, I walk on the court. Yo, who's got high, whatever. They're like, we all got like 14, 16, something like that. I was like, all right, word. I hopped in. Someone else won, whatever. And then I was like, all right, let's play 2-on-2. And they didn't really like see anything that I could do in the game of 21. I had only scored like 4 points. So then I started playing, and I was, hitting some like boom 360 with the left. And they were like, what? Yeah.
Just pulled up
What is going on? Who is this? And it was funny, bro. And it was one kid that I actually recognized, and he had played at Cranston East, and I thought he was still there. He just a young looking kid, but he's like 6'2". So he was asking me he was like, you must have played somewhere. And I was like, yeah, you're not the only one to play for Isaiah, who was our coach. And he goes, how you know I played for Isaiah? What? He got like mad tripped out. And I was like, nah, I seen you play. I was like, are you still there? He's like, nah, I'm like 20, bro. He was like, oh, all right, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it was funny just balling with them and talking about, because they were still like, I think they were like all 18, 19, 20. So they were like just trying to figure out like who just came out of here and spitting wisdom and talking to us like like an old head. That's how I view myself now. I'm like going up to the court as an old head.
I feel like that every once in a while when I do pull up. I be like, yo, these dudes are all in like high school, like
yeah.
out of high school.
It's funny though, because it just felt so. I wanted to keep playing so bad, but I had plans, and it was funny, bro. I always wear my heart rate monitor when I work out now, and I ended up balling. We played that one game of 2-on-2, and we won. I ended up, bouncing right after that, and I was normally would have never had like I would have. If I had just ran to Doric, did a lap, and tried to run back, I would have been hating myself. I probably would have stopped at some point and walked, because I just get bored with that. But I was on such a high after playing basketball, and I was like, oh, word. And I like sprinted the entire way home. I was just like mad gassed up with energy, because I didn't play too much ball, but I played just enough to give myself like a energy lift. Yeah, like a second wind and energy lift. And I got back, and I ended up looking at like what my results were from the workout for my heart rate monitor, and it was like I think I had burned like 1,400 calories, and I had like 315 MEPs or something like that on my zone. And I've never, I don't think I've ever I hit a number like that, like 1,400 calories in. It was probably an hour and 10 minutes that I ran and played ball for. It was like, God damn, like that's a lot of calories to burn.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I was like, damn, I got to do this more often. Yeah, but it brought me back to the point too of like, you don't realize how much of, a cardiovascular like endurance sport that basketball is until you get some like concrete evidence like that.
Right. So I also have a heart rate monitor that I've been using. I use it for my runs, but I got it like right after I got hurt, so I haven't been able to use it during boxing yet. And like, so I'm excited to kind of go back, because like that's another thing I miss about boxing. It's like like boxing takes everything out of you. It takes everything. It's like come in, you jump rope 20 minutes, you get in the ring, shadow box, and then for your rest, it's either core or throw punches with the weights. Another 20 minutes, half hour, then you spar. That's awful. And then the heavy bag.
You're already gassed, and then they put you in the spar.
You hit the heavy bag. Boom, you do the mitts. Boom, you do the condition at the end, and it's like you like almost never stop moving. And it's like now when I work out, like I just feel like I don't even sweat. I'm just kind of like like nothing takes me down a darker like hole.
Yeah. No, that's so true, because um, you don't. I don't think people realize that, and I think about it all the time when I'm just like doing my regular lifts, and I'm at that point where I'm not sweating, I'm not fatiguing myself cardiovascularly at all. I'm like, why did I used to think I was working out hard? Like in high school, if I was like just doing bicep curls and like benching 45 pounds, like why did I feel like I was getting a workout in?
Right,
Because I'm right now, I'm not sweating whatsoever. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I don't feel like I'm like getting the toxins and the shit out of my body that I need to. I'm not sweating anything out.
right.
And I realized that sometimes like I don't need to work out or get my heavy lifts. Like sometimes I just need to sweat because I got stuff that's just built up. I just need to get out. I just need to release it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
and that's why I kind of started really liking, like, and you know me, like I don't like run on no treadmills or
Nah, you are
outside. I
not.
don't do that. I don't do that kind of thing. Like if I'm running, it's trying to running, put a ball in a hoop like that,
Yeah.
or like
I'm running
football,
down the length of the court. And that's it.
like that. That is it. And like even then, sometimes I don't like running, and so it's like so like when I first started
You're a
running,
trail shooter. You're a
was that?
trail shooter. You're a
Oh
trail
yeah,
shooter. You're
oh
like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm trailing. I'm trailing if you need one. I'm trailing if you need one.
I just walk up. I'd be like, yo, you know I'm back here. But freaking
Uh,
so especially like when I got hurt, like obviously I started running more because I knew I had to get in like a lot better shape. But especially after I got hurt, like I really started like running because it was like you said, it was the only thing that was like gonna make me sweat and like kind of release that thing. And it's like now I like, treadmill, and I still don't like it, but like at least outside, like when it's getting cold now, but when it was, well, not for you, but for me it's getting cold. And then
Bro, it was 92 degrees here today.
see, see that's that shit.
Not It's too hot, bro. I don't want it to be 92 degrees.
I
Like
mean, I don't know if I want it to
give
be
me like 80. I'm good.
85, 85.
Nah, 85, bro. You walk outside, you're still sweating because it's humid.
True, true.
It's crazy. It's wild. I
But
shower like 2, 3 times a day because I'm just sweating all
you got the
day.
sleeveless. I got the hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the thing though, like with going outside and running now for you, how do you still breaking a sweat even though it's cold as hell out? Like are you rocking sweats and a hoodie and long johns and shit to like
I
make
I kind of like to do that anyway. Like I'll rock like a thermal at the gym and like throw
Right.
like a Scully on and like while out, like I'm
Mhm.
kind of into that anyway. So I guess for running outside in the cold, it'll just be easier to do it because I'll be freezing.
Yeah, because now I have a reason to wear a hoodie. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm wearing sweatpants right now. I like the fall feeling. I was loving it at home, bro. It was beautiful that week I was there, but I heard it's been crappy since I left.
yeah, it's been raining and shit.
Mike said we brought the good weather. He was like, he said it literally rained for the 3 days before y'all got here. It was beautiful for the 7 days that y'all were here. And then it immediately dropped like 10, 15 degrees and rained within the next 48 hours. I was like, damn.
Yo, you brought the Florida heat and brought it back. You might
Yeah.
as well leave it here.
Yeah, we didn't leave it. We brought it back in our suitcases and luggage.
Nah,
But um yeah, I think it just speaks to, how being an athlete as a kid and as a person never really leaves you, right? Like we need that sense of, competitive spirit or like pushing for something or someone pushing us to get a little bit more out of ourselves, right? Like
right.
that's why me and you, even the first time we started the whole boxing thing, we were like, yo, this is going to be fun. Like we're going to get to learn something new. It's going to be badass as hell. We were like, yo, we're going to be sitting there on the speed bag.
And little did we know
Heavy
it was
bag.
hard as hell, and we had to learn
Yeah.
it little by little. They were like, "All right, this shit is tougher than we thought it was gonna be."
Hold
But
on. Have you gotten to the point on the speed bag where you can hit both ways?
no,
No. That's tough.
I'm more working on just like the getting to that as fast as I can, and then I'll work on the tricks.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like like the only thing I can really do tricks on like pretty well is the jump rope. Like I'm pretty good at my jump rope. But
Yo, you know what you got to do? You got to work on that. that WEC method rope that I have. You saw
Um,
that video I posted at Edge, right?
yeah, yep. That's what I was, yep.
Yo, that would help you immensely with not only jumping rope, but it's quite literally all torso driven movements, right? So what are you doing the whole time you're dodging, right?
Mhm.
That it's literally all core and rib tucking driven movements. So if you practice that, or if you learn some of those methods, because you can do it with anything. Like
Yeah,
I could
right.
literally stand up right now and do it with my laptop charger.
Yeah, or I could use the jump rope and then, like,
Yeah, you could do it with anything. Yeah. Um, so obviously the weight of the rope varies and changes the speed at which you can do it and produce the force and move through the movement. But um, it's sick. It's so cool because you're
I
doing.
gotta watch some more videos on it.
Yeah, no. I'll send you some. It's and once you get the ideology of how it works and you already have the jump roping background, so you understand the basics of that. And with your athletic ability and just kinesthetic awareness, it'll come far easier than a normal person. Um, but it took me like maybe 2 to 4 hours of just like 4 hours, like two different times where I just like sat there and tried and like put in the effort, because it's addicting. Once you're like trying to get a move and you can't, you're like, I just want to get it. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
yep.
get it. I'm just trying to get it. You're like, oh, I was so close. I was so close. And you're like smacking yourself in the face with the rope and knocking the glasses off and shit. Um, but once you learn one or two different movements that are kind of simple, then you can start to flow and move one move to the next, and you're moving in all different directions, and it becomes almost like dancing. You're just like flowing to whatever's going on, and you find a rhythm. You can change rhythms and speeds at whatever point you want, directions, north, east, south, west, whatever it may be.
And that would help crazy with boxing, because that's what it all is. It's never just standing still and then moving
Yes.
once at a time. It's keeping the rhythm, and then
Mhm.
as soon as you see it coming, you're just already kind of in a different, like,
Yes.
find another path to kind of flow on, and then
Exactly. Right.
you hop back on to that one, and then if whatever he does opens another path, you flow to that one. Boom. It's kind of
Boom.
the whole thing.
Dude,
Yep.
I'm telling you, it would translate so well. The person that showed me how to do it uses it for training some like MMA type people as well. So it definitely translates like, and the whole idea is that we're training both sides of the brain at the same time. So when you're doing jump rope regularly, it's a bilateral bipedal exercise, right?
Mhm.
Unless you're running, at which case it becomes a little more unilateral, right? You're just doing one leg at a time and you're doing a little bit of a skip, whatever. But now, if you're moving your two different hands in different directions and your feet are simultaneously working with or without or against, right, that opposite limb. So now your right side of your body is controlled by the left side of your brain, the creative, more free-spirited thinking side, and then your left side is controlled by the right side of your brain, your more logical. And if you're combining the two hands by the rope, now you're creating the neural overpath in between the two hemispheres of your brain. So that's why it can increase your ability to flow logically through movements.
Right. You're just kind of like mixing like you said, the logical side and creativity side. You're
Yes.
it makes sense, but we're gonna do it in a funky way. Like,
Exactly, bro. It's so fun. The night of my brother's wedding, I was still in my tuxedo at the house and the after party, and I was sitting there. Everyone was dancing. We had music on. I was dancing with everybody, but I had the rope. I had the rope the whole time. It was mad
it's
fun.
really like dancing.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. It's mad cool. Um, and in terms of like just all of those different things, the mental side of all of it, what has been your favorite thing from a mental side of boxing?
Mm, I'd say definitely discipline,
Word.
and then obviously just kind of it mental toughness more in a sense of like learning how to relax,
Mm.
like in that kind of sense. So obviously, discipline because you're supposed to, a big thing that I got to work on is when you jab, straight line back to your face. You don't jab,
Mm-hmm.
put it in your pocket because then you get.
Yes.
So it's like
Then you
right,
catch one.
right. So it's like even when you're tired and it's like maybe you're
Your shoulders are heavy.
yeah, your shoulders are heavy, right? You're breathing heavy. You might be panicking a little bit at some point, and
Mm-hmm.
then you might forget. But you have to have that discipline. It's like nah, straight lines back here. The punch always goes back to the face,
Right.
right? And obviously the relaxing part, especially when I first started sparring, like I wasn't. I guess I was a little nervous the first time just because the other dude was way bigger than me.
Okay.
Like he was like not even like a muscular big. He's like that heavyweight that's kind of like just like
Yeah.
thick. So I
You
was
just
like, damn,
got.
yeah. I was like, oh, that's big. And he's like
He's got
same
an
height as
18
me.
wheeler behind his punch. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Like probably drinks beers during his training camp. I'm like, like
He's a heavy hand.
yeah, man. I was like, so like I was a little nervous at first, but like um especially after that first time, I was like so tense. So it was almost like restricting like my ability to like almost like move and my ability
Yeah.
to
To
react like on
flow.
the
To
spot.
flow and react. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like that's something that's kind of helped me too, and that helps me with a lot of other situations kind of outside of boxing too. Like even if it's just like, all right, say like I'm going for a run, like all right, I'm running. Like if my mind relaxes, my body will relax. I won't get as tired. Like or
Valid.
that, or like even if like it doesn't have to be like workout related. Like say I'm in a situation where maybe like I'm starting to get like like
Mm-hmm.
anxious or just like whatever. I'm like
Even
up high in the emotion.
angry,
Yeah,
tense,
yeah. Like
anything. Mm.
my emotions are high. It's like, all right, like relax the mind, body will follow, heart rate will go down, you'll feel better, and then you can
Mhm.
actually think about what you're doing. That's exactly what boxing is. Slow down, move, see what's in front of you, and then you'll see that opening where you can like counter, or you'll see that opening where you can get away from them, or whatever the case may be. So
That's
that's
what's up.
that's the main two things.
No, I like that. That's two different things that I felt like I got when I did jujitsu was same kind of discipline, not so much related to you're not throwing punches, but definitely the ability to relax. Like when you're getting choked out and you just
Right.
gotta sit there and be like, not breathing and quiet and like try to figure out a logical way to like maneuver out of it or um you know create some sort of disadvantage for the person that has you in a chokehold. Yeah, you definitely have to learn how to relax in an uncomfortable situation.
Exactly.
But in the same essence that basketball would be competing, you were competing against somebody, right? You're competing to put somebody out, so it was competitive, so I got that drive from it. And definitely you bro, I remember the first day I did it, I went to an hour class, right? We rolled and I was so incredibly sore. Like I went to go take my gi off after the hour, bro, and I couldn't open my shoulders.
Jeez.
I had to literally have someone take my gi off for me. I could not like open my chest and expand my arms at the same time. It was insane. I had never felt anything like that from a full body, just so like
Like
incredibly
where do I
sore.
go? Like
Yeah,
where do I
like
find the spot that's not sore?
it was not. It was different, bro. It was so different. And you're barefoot the whole time, training on a soft mat and driving through your feet. So now, like the bottoms of your feet, bro, are just like, bro, calves. you're taking knees, right? Like someone's trying to get you in certain position and they're like kneeing you in the quad as they're trying to like drive their knee over yours. Oh my God, bro, it was insane. I had never felt anything like that. That was absurd.
That
But it made me grow an appreciation for like the sport of wrestling, right? Or just the cardiovascular aspect of actually like fighting for your life, right? Like that's
basically, yeah,
you know what
basically.
I'm saying? Like it's crazy because if you combine, if jujitsu had the ability to box, right, and throw punches in it, you would be so screwed. Like
That's
so much of it is right because so much of it is like rolling and like you're just playing like a mind game. You're laying on your back and they're trying to get you into some sort of submission. But if they were to just like and then put you in the you know what I'm saying? It would be totally different.
Well, that's what makes you like UFC, like mixed martial arts, so crazy because there's dudes that like
Yeah.
boxing background, wrestling background, Brazilian jiu-jitsu background, karate background, like all these dudes black belts and that, they go out there and they tear up, bro. Like
It's
different
wild.
dudes
There's
tear
no
up.
rules. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
basically.
rules. Kung Fu,
Well, the only
Muay
thing,
Thai, you know, it doesn't matter what your background is. It's like you're just anything and everything goes. You don't know, you know, I have a Brazilian jiu-jitsu background, but like I got to dodge a punch and then a kick and then a knee. And then now I still got to grapple on the ground and make sure the dude doesn't beat the crap out of me while I'm trying to get his, you know, grab his collar here so I can put him into an armhole. It's absurd. I grew such an appreciation just doing that. But it also was so eye-opening to like how if you were ever in an altercation in a, you know, randomly in the street, like there's so much that can be avoided by not having to feel like you have to kick and punch all the time.
oh, just to just kind of yoke someone up, and be like
Yeah, like it doesn't
subdue,
matter
like
how big the person was. Like I was getting choked out by females that were 10 years 15 years older than me and, you know, 6 8 inches shorter than me,
right, right. Yeah,
just
it's just
because
all about using another person's momentum against them.
yeah, 100%. And like I was even rolling with like a 17-year-old kid and he was one of the best there. He was like you couldn't touch this kid. Like he was going up against sensei pretty much like every time that we rolled.
Yeah.
And it was like absurd. It was just crazy.
Like you damn prodigy. Like
Yeah, like what? He was like 5'5", bro. He was like small,
oh wow.
probably weighed like 130 and was just like if he had your arm in a grip, that's the other thing too, bro. Your grip strength, if you're in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the whole thing is grabbing onto gis and grabbing onto people's arms and feet and ankles. So he like it felt like he was just crushing my bones. Like it felt like he was just like, bro, you're 17, bro. What is what is good with this? It was pretty wild. And I'm sure you've ran into some of the same situations. Like you're sparring with people and you're like,
oh yeah. Oh
bro,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
what?
So my first time sparring, I got hit in the jaw and the nose so hard my first time, and it was like
Woke you up.
it was yeah, it was kind of like all right, like whew, like all right, like that hurt, and then it was also kind of like it's good I got it out the way, like that's what it feels like that's what it feels like, I'm alive, I handled it, so like you don't have to be avoid it, but you don't got to be like scared of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Over that hump a little bit, especially with someone that's like, and I'm telling you, bro, like dude probably like 50 pounds on me, like not even close in like in my weight class, like dude's huge.
He
So
hit
like,
you. Did he hit you with a cross, a jab, a hook? What did he hit you with?
so the jaw was a hook,
Mm.
was a lead hook, left hand, and then the nose was a straight.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're two pretty good shots, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was good. And then I sparred our coach's his kid. I mean, the kid is supposed to be was supposed to do like an Olympic trial, or whatever. Like the kid's a savage again, 40,
Damn.
50 pounds on me, like stocky motherfucker. He caught me with really good, like kind of like not a hook, but not an uppercut, kind of like that upper hook kind of
In
deal
between.
to the body. It wasn't as bad as Moo though. My core is a lot more, it's a lot more
Adapted and
yeah,
stronger. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot stronger than that time. But hit me with that, and like that was sore for like a couple days. Like I felt that like in my side for a few days. So um that's
Where are you training? What's the name of the
it's Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks Boxing. It's in West Greenwich.
oh, okay.
It's not too far from my house. Like 20 minutes, like 25.
From your house?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Probably it's even closer to work then for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it works like 15, like 20.
Yeah. That's what's up. How'd you find out about that? Did you know someone that was there? Did you just come across it looking for top
Yeah,
places?
so a trainer I used to work with,
Mm,
he was boxing over there, so I was kind of like, all right, bet, like hopped on that.
that's what's up.
Basically what it
That's
was.
what's up. So I started. I want to get back into jujitsu, but I started because of my old boss. So he brought me to this place where that he went all the time. He was one of the lead students at that dojo, and once I left there, I don't have a good relationship with him anymore. So it's weird. I don't want to. I'm not trying to go back in there. So, but
What up, bro? Like,
yeah, no, that ain't gonna work like that. Especially since I took clients.
oh, well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Gotcha.
So, long story short, too, the gi that I have has that because they make their own gis and give them to the students. So it has all that information. It has that location, the sensei's name and everything on it. So it's like to go into a different place now. It's like, I don't know, because in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, especially when they first came to the States, bro, people real deal got like fucked up for training at different dojos and training different ways and being it was gang type stuff. Like
Yeah, right.
you were affiliated with a place, then it was real deal. I don't like you. We have no respect for you. And it's crazy because it was also known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it's a different sport than traditional Jiu-Jitsu. So there's a lot of different rules and a lot of different variations in how to go about things. So a lot of people,
Got messed up.
it's there's tension. I don't know, and I'm not familiar with it enough to be like, oh yeah, they'll be
Like,
cool.
yo, what
Like,
up,
oh
yo?
here,
It's like, yo,
like,
who's
yeah.
this dude? This dude's about to get
Oh,
beat up.
geez, yeah. Like I'm not trying to. I still have a dislocated rib from jiu-jitsu. I'm not trying to go get messed up anywhere. I don't need all that. But speaking of dojos not liking each other, bro, have you seen Cobra Kai?
Nah.
You haven't watched Cobra Kai?
Uh-uh.
You know the Karate Kid.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you have Netflix?
absolutely.
All right. You need to watch Cobra Kai.
Oh, it's new on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I was gonna say that low-key sounds familiar, so I've looked by it. I was gonna say it's an older new. All right, bet.
Yeah, it's the original cast from Karate Kid. It's all the same actors,
But they're older.
but they're way older, and now they got families and kids. And yo,
The kids
when
fight.
it's corny in a good way because it's so not politically correct. It's great.
Really?
Yeah, it's so far from politically correct. It's hilarious.
Damn.
It's like
Cobra
it's
Kai.
old school. Like you can't make funny stuff like that anymore. It's just not you're not supposed to, right? Like,
Right. It's
yeah.
frowned upon.
So yeah, it's frowned upon, but they totally went for it, and it's hilarious because of it, and because they didn't have any intent on it being like a real crazy big series. It was on YouTube for like 2 years before it ever even got onto Netflix. So
Oh,
yeah, so it came out. I think they filmed it in like 2017. It came out in 2018, and now they're about to release their third season in January. So like people are loving it. It's actually coming back like full strength.
that's
It's
crazy.
hilarious. And yeah, you'll like it, bro. Especially just in the sense of like the fighting stuff. And because obviously it's a bunch of bullshit, but it is about karate and whatnot. So it's not that you're going to learn anything groundbreaking from there, but just like the thought process of some of the stuff that they do and how to go about it is funny. It just brought me back to like, oh yeah, I forgot. I thought being a ninja when I was a kid was a badass, because it kind of is. Like that would be dope.
Oh, all right, wait, no, I gotta definitely peep that. I gotta peep
Yeah,
that.
nah, I
I
would highly
definitely supposed to
recommend
buy
it.
it. For
Nah,
sure.
yeah, it's easy to find on there. It's easy to find, and it's funny. You'll enjoy that.
Right.
Um, speaking of other rivals, there's another championship in the world of sports that has now brought two contenders to a tied amount of titles. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
that.
let's dive into it, bro. Your Lakers took the NBA championship, bro, in the bubble.
Oh yeah,
The first and hopefully only NBA bubble scenario.
for real, yo, for real. It was. I mean, it worked out though. Like they did a great job. Like no positive. Like they did it.
Yeah,
Like it was.
it was pretty wild.
Couldn't have done it any better. I
Yeah,
think.
no,
But
I agree. And I I think I think what separates the NBA from some of these other major league sports and why they're able to get something like that is the Players Association.
right,
I think the NBA has the most elite Players Association out of any major
for,
sport. Yeah,
for sure. But I mean, we're gonna win it next year too. So I mean, whatever.
damn, just
We'll have 18.
so confident. I'm just so confident. You know what I can't wait for is next year when the Celtics and the Lakers are playing each other in the finals.
And then we take y'all in 5.
So, for all of y'all who are watching and don't know, all right, he's really talking about loving this Lakers team. But if you were to ask Justin McCoy about Mr. LeBron James 2 years ago, you would have really came to the conclusion that he hates LeBron James and does not like him. But now he's got a ship and he won it for LA. He's like, oh no, he's cool. He's cool. I like him. He's he's respectable. So let's hear it, bro. Just shovel it out. Where are you coming from?
A little bit of cap. So before we even got on this, I already said fuck LeBron. And it's not. And it has like LeBron is what do they call it? Mount Rushmore, for sure.
Mm.
The dude's one of the greatest. Like besides basketball, he's one of the craziest athletes we've ever seen.
Mm.
Like the dude's capable of so much, and he stays healthy all the time. Like he's rarely ever like his groin was the biggest thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
in his entire career.
And pretty much his whole career, which is
Once he was
absurd.
in freaking like middle school, like
Yeah.
a groin. Like that's it.
That's
Like,
it.
and
Playing at the most elite level.
playing the most at the most elite level. Like his minutes is crazy. Playing the most,
Yep.
playing
True.
for a long time. But I just one he's kind of dramatic in a weird way.
Cleveland year 2 title.
All right.
Gosh, this is
No. I'm not gonna play it yet. I'm just getting it ready. All right. So just so y'all know, I have a little video that I'm gonna play because I want to hear the rest of his spiel.
he's kind of dramatic in a way that I just don't like. And you know what? That has nothing to do with him as a basketball player. That's just the reason why I don't like him as much. That's just what it is. Like, that's one. Two, he's not gonna be better than Jordan. I don't care. I don't care. All you people saying LeBron this, LeBron that, he's number one in all the playoff stats this, he's number one in all this, da 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 da. He's got like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games more than Michael Jordan. The dude retired twice. Like, the dude retired twice.
Before finally retiring.
Before finally retiring. And the first time, you couldn't tell him nothing. When he retired in '93, he was like the abominable snowman, like coming in, like fucking up Christmas, like for everybody.
I
Like,
think that's the Grinch.
Oh, whatever it is. Like, dude was Thanos taking the rings. Like, dude was, and LeBron, I feel like, has never had a moment like that in his career. I think every single time LeBron was in the finals, it was they might be able to take him out, like you know what I mean? Like, it was more of a conversation than when Jordan was, and that's what I think makes Jordan like greater. Like, Jordan was more like undisputed than LeBron is, because if you ask who's the best player in the league, last year people saying Kawhi. Like, you know, people will say KD. Some people say Steph Curry, which honestly, I'd argue in a way sometimes. It depends. Career-wise, no, but like in the
put Steph Curry on defense against LeBron, KD, or Kawhi, and he's gonna get eaten up like a fucking toddler.
It's not a one-on-one game. It's not a one-on-one game. Not a one-on-one game.
Okay. All right.
You're
So was MJ a great team player? Or was he just?
Did you watch The Last Dance? Did you watch?
I did.
So you know the question. So you know the answer. Like, of course, he was a great team player. He got all of them dudes. All of them dudes are who they are today. Low key, not entirely as people. I'm just saying, like, where their careers have gone because of Michael Jordan.
Valid.
But people are like that with LeBron too. But like, think about it. Pippen is beloved by the NBA and all the critics and all the analysts and all that. So is Kerr. So even Rodman is, and he's a fucking. I mean, he won 2 with the Pistons for sure. But like, even
before he became crazy.
Yeah, before he became a friggin' lunatic. Kukoc, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these players, and it's like, even like when Jordan retired the first time, the Bulls made the playoffs. And so people argued that, oh, Jordan's not that great, even when, like, it was just a team because they made the playoffs. Yeah. But Pippen wouldn't be that dude if Jordan wasn't there to push him. All those dudes wouldn't be that dude if Jordan wasn't there
to win the first 3 with them. Yeah. They were able to get that far without him because of what he did for them while he was there.
Right. But then when you look at LeBron, when he leaves the team, what happens? They just dip.
Okay.
So LeBron makes his players better while he's there, but as soon as he leaves, they're, you know what I mean? So, like, I think Jordan made his teammates better for the long run rather than just while he was there. And obviously Jordan was always there. I mean, he retired, but like.
But I feel like that right there might be due to the quicker turnover in the league these days. So, like, dudes are not necessarily staying anywhere for a long period of time. You know, so but that's, once again, that's not entirely something that we can put data behind and whatnot. But I want to play this video for you. Can we listen to it together?
Of course you can. Of course. Right. I wouldn't want anything more.
With this, in Miami, year 2 title. Went back to Cleveland, year 2 title. Came to Los Angeles, year 2 title. That's what he does.
Yeah, video of Shannon Sharp.
Michael needed Scottie Pippen. LeBron just needs a ball.
Mm.
LeBron did not go to Golden State, already a stacked team that won a title without him. He went to 3 places and had to elevate each, physically and emotionally and structurally. I'll call them the Lakers brand. The Lakers, I was here for the previous 5 years. They were a mess. Bad front office, arguing siblings, owning the team. They kept drafting guys like Lonzo and D'Angelo Russell and Julius Randle and Brandon Ingram. Nice
Lonzo's
players,
dope.
but guys.
Oh, Brandon Ingram too.
Guys. In a league where guys don't do anything. I went back to Cleveland. They had Kyrie, who was a diva who couldn't stay healthy. That was his brand pre-LeBron. Couldn't stay healthy at Duke, couldn't stay healthy in Cleveland, and didn't elevate teammates. Well, what about Miami? What about Miami? They hadn't won a playoff series in 4 years, and to this day, D-Wade was never a perfect fit for LeBron's game. They're just both great athletes. Neither is a pure shooter. One's not a point guard. This Laker roster, you keep forgetting. You take out LeBron James, this roster is the 2018 New Orleans Pelicans. I'm not joking. The Pelicans had Drew Holiday. They're better. I don't know who the greatest player ever is. I know who the greatest foundational piece in the history of American sports is, and it's LeBron James. He is the greatest foundational piece in the history of American sports. 9 finals, 10 years, system doesn't matter, coach doesn't matter, franchise doesn't matter, teammates don't matter. He won when the second best player on the team was a point guard, Kyrie Irving. He won when the second best player on the team was a wing, Dwayne Wade. He just won when the second greatest player was a big, Anthony Davis. Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan needed Phil Jackson. LeBron needs the damn ball. He doesn't need a system. He doesn't need a coach. He doesn't need a Robin. He had a small Robin. He had a wing Robin. He had a big Robin. It doesn't matter. It does a great part of success to me. Nobody thinks, the trust fund kid is as heroic as the kid that overcomes stuff.
Listen to this.
And this is not to say that Michael Jordan's road was easy, but Michael Jordan had a great set of parents. He had a great college situation. He landed in a cool city, Chicago, where once they started winning, everybody wanted to go there. Then he had a great Hall of Fame coach. And to this day, many say the greatest Robin of all time, Scottie Pippen. LeBron didn't have any of those. We all know it's well documented. Tough childhood, goes to Cleveland, dysfunction. Even when they won, they couldn't get players there. He got you on the phone. Yes, I've been here 7 years. We keep ending up winning playoff series. Chris Bosh, nah, I'll stay in Canada. That's why he went to the Aqua Water in Miami. It's about greatness is about what you overcome. We all acknowledge that. You know it, I know it. We don't have as much respect for somebody that has an easier path. I mean, Kevin Durant's a great player, but LeBron never joined a Warriors that had already won a title. And when I laugh at this whole thing, but look at Miami. Yeah, look at them. They hadn't won a playoff series in 4 years. But by year 2, he structurally, physically, emotionally reboots everything. It's never easy. I mean, we crossed our fingers this week, and Anthony Davis is now hurt. I saw Anthony Davis hobble off the court, and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. It's just never quite easy until this year, when I kind of feel like LeBron, the basketball gods gave him a little bit of a break. Just a tiny little bit of a break. Somebody knocked the Clippers out. Anthony Davis stayed as healthy as he's ever been. And the pandemic, let's be honest, it gave LeBron his 17th year legs and a little bit of a break. But in the end, if it's about overcoming, I mean, all you have to ask yourself is, look at, LeBron also had to face the legacy of Michael Jordan. That thing just hovered over him for the last 10 to 12 years. The Michael Jordan thing just hovers over him. What hovered over Michael? Couple tough years with Orlando Woolridge? I mean, what hovered up? Number 1 pick, Michael wasn't. Cover of Sports Illustrated at 16. You can argue who the best player is, but as a foundational piece Nobody has ever changed the league. City's irrelevant, coach is irrelevant, teammates irrelevant, systems irrelevant. Listen, I'm not saying perfecting a system and staying at one place of work isn't awesome. I'm not saying that. I'm never going to take away anything from Brady and New England. But let's say Russell Wilson someday leaves Seattle, goes to the Colts and does it again, and then goes to the Cowboys and does it again. Wouldn't you be more impressed? I've never seen an athlete in any sport, any time, any era where franchise, number 2 player, coach, and system is overwhelmingly irrelevant. MJ needed stuff. He needed a coach and he needed Pippen. LeBron just needs a ball.
Okay.
I said this.
Okay. First of all,
break it down.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know about the basketball player. There's a lot of players that grew up in the hood. I get he's just a kid from Akron, but there's kids that are just from Compton. There's kids that are just from Detroit. There's kids that are just from this and the third. And I get that's part of the story, but I'm talking about basketball here. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Jordan needed Pippen. Well, LeBron needed Kyrie. He needed Dwayne Wade, and he needed AD. That's absolutely fair. And when he didn't have those other all-star players with him, where was he? He was getting swept by the Spurs. And even when he had Dwayne Wade, he got smacked by the Mavs. Okay, Dirk's nice, but Dirk, Sean Marion, JJ Barea, come on, LeBron. Come on. Ray Allen had to save him in the playoffs against the Spurs, which Jordan has been saved as well, but I'm just saying.
Definitely been saved by Kerr a couple times.
He has, but I'm just saying. What else am I talking about? Yeah, all those early years in Cleveland, he didn't have a superstar and he lost. And all those early years in Chicago, Jordan didn't have a other superstar and he lost. But my thing is, LeBron moved to already established superstars. Pippen grew with Jordan as a rookie. Like you see what I'm saying?
Okay. He moved to Miami and partnered up with Dwayne Wade, who had won one championship, and it was
a championship
4 years before that. And Dwayne Wade won it with Shaq. Okay. So then he went there, and the next best player behind Dwayne Wade was Udonis Haslem. And then they did what? They said, we're going to go fishing for Chris Bosh. They got him. Right.
Who was nasty.
And then a year or 2 years later, then Ray Allen came. It wasn't immediately.
Yeah, I know it wasn't immediately. I'm just saying he did save him against that because I was on the way to the second one.
He saved him in that shot in the corner, without a doubt.
They both been saved.
Yep. What I really liked about that video is that he talked about how he went and he needed Kyrie, but Kyrie wasn't shit before LeBron got there.
True. But like,
he was nothing. He literally was that diva that couldn't stay healthy.
But think about it this way though: when Pippen came into the league as a rookie, he was athletic, and he was always really athletic. He was always a good defender, not much of an offensive player.
Not much of a personality either.
Huh?
He wasn't a personality.
Right. And then as time went, Jordan figured out how to mold that shit. And then let
me ask you this too, because I think AD and Scottie Pippen have a lot in common, because Dwayne Wade is a personality. Dwayne Wade was someone that LeBron wasn't going to be able to go in there and just tell him how to play. Like Mike could yell at Scottie whenever the hell he wanted, and Scottie would just sit there and take it.
Facts.
He wasn't going to go to Cleveland and yell at Kyrie whenever he wanted, and Kyrie was just going to be a good little boy and follow along because Kyrie was a diva and he needed to be treated and pampered. But not that AD's a softie, but he's very just whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's super.
He's not
kind
like
of like Pippen.
either. Like he's not like a super killer either. Like really like.
Yeah, exactly. He's not ego driven. It's kind of like Scottie Pippen. So it's interesting to see the difference because I can see where it's easy to mold someone who's moldable, but it's hard to mold someone into a process and into a program that is used to a different program or is not moldable and teachable. Coachable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Jordan went through that progress with his players because he stuck with that team.
Yeah.
LeBron said, "Okay, Kyrie is an offensive freaking like he's the dude you pick in the video games because you want to cross everybody up and take it to the
Yeah.
splash threes. Like Kyrie's Uncle Drew, bro. Like
Yeah.
like Drew League, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Kevin Love, which was kind of the other piece that he got and that he needed, which like I said, 20 and 20 in Minnesota. Dwayne Wade, boom, Chris Bosh, boom, that whole team, right? And even like I said, and this Lakers was his. I feel like his least like. I just hopped on the team because he got AD, but like you said, AD. I mean, he's nice, but like this was the year he showed that he was kind of like
superstar,
like superstar dominant, got his ring, obviously with LeBron and stuff like that. And then our other best players were like Kuzma, which isn't even that consistent. I mean, freaking Rondo, but like
I would say Rondo was your next best player.
Yeah. And then
Caldwell Pope.
Caruso did work when he had to do work. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of role.
I like Caruso's game a lot.
I like him too.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Caruso's my kind of player, yo. He just
yeah.
Balls to the wall all the time. Doing what he's got to do. He's ready to dive into the he doesn't care. And he gets so amped up. He gets so amped up.
Yeah, but like just so when he says he needed Pippen, LeBron needed those players too, because take those teams and take off AD, take off Wade and Bosh, take off Kyrie and Kevin Love. LeBron would be struggling to like just like how he did and how they both did in their early years, you know what I'm saying? But the third thing, ladies and gentlemen, I say about that kind of horrific video is that I do agree that LeBron is the best foundation because he can do everything really well.
Mm-hmm.
Pass, score, IQs through the roof. He doesn't get hurt, which is a big thing. Like he's durable. Plays defense for the most part. Yeah, cool. And like he can do basically everything. But he's not. I feel LeBron's not the best at anything when it comes to all time. All time best passer is Magic. Offer it. Best time, all time shooter, whatever, or scorer, or whatever. Best time, all time blocker, rebounder, defender, this, that. Jordan is the all time best scorer. If you really want someone to score and you're gonna give him the ball, give it to Jordan. I want to hear KD. I don't know where KD came from. I heard that on like First Take or something the other day. Like I don't know where that came from. Like KD, he's nice, but like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I've never understood the KD thing either. He gets bucket.
Like, I get it because he's 7 feet. Like I get that, but
that doesn't guarantee a bucket though.
Yeah, Jordan. So it's like there's that, and then also Jordan was amongst the best defenders because I would argue at the time when he won Defensive Player of the Year, I mean he has some Hall of Famers in the competition, and he was shutting dudes down. So it's like I like the foundation. It's nice. It's nice, but I mean. Bro, 6-0, dude. 6-0. Like if you go, you win. If you go, you win. If you go, you win. Like like all you gotta do is go. All you gotta do is go. You don't have to go and be like, am I gonna win? No, you go.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about 1-0.
Yeah, but it's different that it's 6-0. It's different that it's 6-0. And not only is it 6-0, it's 3 times in a row twice.
Yeah.
It's 3 times in a row twice. He did it. Was like, you know what? I'm gonna go swing a bat at a ball for you. Goes and does that. Comes back.
What do you think? Do you really think he left because of the whole dad thing? Do you think he was politely asked to leave the league? What do you think really happened?
I think all the above.
You think it was a combination?
I think the dad thing happened, and however that happened, it obviously messed him up mentally because emotionally, like, you know what I'm saying, he lost his dad. And whatever behind that was probably piled up on top to whatever, however, because there's different like conspiracies about it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he definitely had some, you know, he was wild. Like there's stories about him being wild, so he probably did get politely asked to you know what I'm saying, leave, but he got asked, he didn't get told. So
Valid. He got asked.
he got asked, he
No
didn't
one
get
would be
told.
stupid
So
enough to be like, "Yo, get your ass out of the league."
yeah, and it's Michael Jordan. Like you know him, he takes. He probably take that as a challenge, like, oh, he's trying to say I can't go. Well, I'm gonna stay. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's
I'm
a
gonna win
maniac.
2 more.
Yeah. And then I think it came down to he was like, yeah, this happened with my dad. I got mad pressure with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna win next year. Like, what else? Like I'm already the best ever. Like people call him the best ever. Like after he won 3, like people are already trying to say that.
I mean, people were calling him the best ever after his first year in the league.
Yeah, yo.
They were like really like.
He said after my 3rd game, I got the hang of it. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, like.
After my 3rd game, bro, I was like, oh, this is easy. This is dope.
Yeah. And I started averaging 30.
What?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, different. And you can't tell me the years that he retired, especially the first time, he wasn't winning the championship again. You can't tell me. Like, I like the stats, the data does not tell me he wouldn't win. The data tells me he would win 6-0. Now, if it's once, all right, that's 1-0. If it's twice, all right, you know, maybe even that's 2-0. If it's a back-to-back, that's pretty straight though.
Valid.
Like 3 times in a row, said I'm gonna go play baseball. Fucking sucked at it. Came back.
He didn't suck. He just didn't have enough reps.
He came back. compared to what he was in basketball,
yeah,
I'm sorry. He went to baseball and it was shit. It was not a good idea. And then he came back, lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to a Penny Hardaway and Shaq. I mean, you know, Nick Anderson. You know, it's a good squad, Rusty. And then after that, best record ever, except for the Warriors. They changed that, but like at the time, best record ever and another 3-peat.
Yeah,
too easy.
If I think we revisit this conversation next year, if you do get your title again with LeBron,
the conversation changes, but the answer doesn't.
Bro, like I said before, I think if LeBron went to the finals 5 times in a row and won 5 more and then retired, you would still be like, I don't know.
Yeah, because he'd probably do it with 5 different teams, bro. Like, I don't like.
Which is crazy. That's so much harder. That is so much more difficult to do with different teams and different organizations and different coaches, because the only denominating factor is LeBron.
Yes.
The only common factor.
But this is what I'm saying. Say if Jordan went to Supersonics. Say he went to the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Say he went to the Rockets. Oh no, they already won. Say he went to the. Say he went to the
Cavs at the time. They didn't have nothing.
Even the Cavs. I mean, he had to beat them in the playoffs. They still were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Jazz. Say if you went to one of those teams where they had 1 or 2 already established, like already like for the most part established. I know Kyrie was kind of young, but like, you know, Kyrie it was still.
It was a high potential, high talent, one of the first, top draft picks. Yeah, get it.
Yeah. So like, I mean, Jordan would have won. Would definitely not have lost in any of those finals.
Well, you have to get there.
Huh?
You have to get there.
But you're telling me, all those teams that I named, it was Jordan was. I'm saying in his time,
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley, Gary Payton, motherfucking Karl Malone,
Yeah.
yeah, with Jordan, bro. You're not. I don't
We
see
don't
a game.
know. The moral of the story
I
is
don't
we
see a
don't
game
know.
five. I don't see a
We
game
don't
five.
know.
I know. I know. I'm like I'm the all beholder of everything, and I know. I'm trying to pick it now. I know.
Justin is a magic 8 ball. You shake him around, he spits out answers.
All valid sources.
They're all truth.
all cited. Don't worry about it. I double checked.
Oh man, that's funny.
I mean, but like I do appreciate LeBron's greatness though. Like he's ridiculous. Like I just don't think he's better than Jordan.
Yeah, we have to. Regardless, I think a lot of people, especially our age, who are. I remember being 8 years old and buying a LeBron James jersey in 2003 when he got drafted. Like, and I had matching Air Force Ones high tops. I'm not even joking, to match the jersey. And I think people our age are just so used to him, like from a memory standpoint, like you really start to gain memory at that like 6, 7, 8 range, right? So like you really started, if you were a sports person, you started paying attention, like he's been in your entire sports life.
Right.
And when he's not, it's going to be like mind-boggling. It's going to be absurd.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had that with even with like with Kobe. Like when Kobe retired, I was like, damn, like Kobe's out.
And it was a little different. I would say it was honestly, it was a little different for me personally. It was weird because you were always a Lakers fan, so you probably paid attention to them a lot more. The
Right.
only time I ever paid attention to the Lakers was when they were playing the freaking Celtics, or they were, it was that playoff time. Like I didn't, and I wasn't a kid that sat there and like watched Sports Center. I didn't watch the highlights of Kobe. I didn't watch all that stuff. I wasn't really impacted as much because one, he was in the league before I had memory, and for two, it just wasn't being on the West Coast. It wasn't something that I was paying attention to. I wasn't always consumed by like being able to watch a game with Kobe in it, whereas I could watch a Miami Heat game any day I wanted. I could watch a Cleveland Cavaliers game any day I wanted, because he was on the East Coast or the mid Atlantic, so it was
Right.
different. But without a doubt, I mean, yeah, when Kobe was retiring, it still hit, and then when he passed, it was just insane.
Oh yeah, that was a different level of
It's just insane because I grew more respect for Kobe, and I started to pay attention to Kobe more after he retired.
Right.
I appreciated his ability to to transition his life and his mindset into the rest of his life. He became like a very well-known person on so many different levels other than basketball after his career. So I started to pay attention to him for that so much more. And then, yeah, obviously it was.
That's what like obviously still enjoying like having LeBron playing and stuff, but like I'm interested to see that when he retires, how he'll transition, because you already know he's gonna do. I mean, so he's already good at it. He's not even retired and he's already like transitioned. So it's like obviously he'll be straight, but I'm just curious and like what he's got like planned.
You think he'll be someone that turns into a coach?
Nah, he's more of an owner type of dude.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, he'd be an owner.
He'll be like a Magic.
Yeah, I feel like he'd go at a higher scale.
Yeah, Magic, MJ type stuff. It's weird too. I mean, he has so many other things already going. Like outside of basketball. I'm interested to see if he goes any further with schools and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like he's definitely gonna have some control. I feel like he's gonna get into a lot, like maybe even like political like type stuff, like maybe like further down the line. Like I feel like he's gonna do some wild stuff.
Revolutionary
Yeah,
and
he's gonna do
social
something.
change and things of that nature. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely, and I feel like Chris Paul would be very much the same. I actually saw a headline today about Chris Paul being a perfect fit for LeBron in the Los Angeles Lakers. What would be your take on that? Although I think Rajon Rondo personally is already a perfect fit.
that's what I was gonna say. I don't think that'd work. I think that would be kind of like, you know, the whole punch in the face and stuff. But I mean, whatever gets rings.
Mm. whatever gets me.
But
No,
when LeBron,
I was genuinely happy and full in the heart watching Rajon Rondo play in the NBA Finals again. His greatness is so incredible. Yo, I love, like, people don't understand how smooth he makes the game for some people on the court.
he's nasty, dog.
And
Up there.
he's been able to, obviously, as a veteran right now, he's found his shot too. So like you can leave him and he'll just, from that right shoulder, he'll pop that. His mid range is pretty much knocked down. His three is still like questionable, but his ability to just drive and make the move and the right pass, it's just his beauty. I don't know. I love it, bro.
Yo, yeah, he makes it look good, yo. Like he's
he really does.
He's smooth, yeah. Rondo's that dude. Playoff Rondo, he's that dude.
Yes, but he's like, I mean, yeah. And it was funny, the whole quote of him saying, "I knew if I teamed up with LeBron, there was no one that was going to beat us over the course of 7 games." Did you hear that quote?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's true too, because they look at it from such an analytical standpoint. They're not just playing basketball and hoping for the best. And like,
yeah, because
they're like,
they take it to a whole nother level. Like,
bro, oh my goodness, yeah. Them breaking down film is rocket science.
Yeah, they study.
Yeah, they go above and beyond, bro. It's insane. In terms of, everything you have going on, what is, we talked a lot about last time, J Smooth Enterprises, whatever. Where are you with all that stuff? What is on the forefront of your mind?
Right now, like I said, just kind of like getting the garage together and just kind of like getting my name out there.
Mm-hmm.
For now, like, because what happened was the personal training thing kind of started to blow up for me almost, and like I felt like that was where I needed like my 100% effort to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of through like, like obviously like the podcast and all the other stuff kind of on the back burner, because I would want to do that where I can almost give that a little more attention right now.
Valid.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to put my hand in too many pots and then half-ass anything, because I want it to be perfect.
Word.
Or as perfect as I can make it.
In terms of your personal training, what was it? Word of mouth? Was it marketing through social media? Was it
It was a little bit
referral
of
basis in the gym network?
Or even all three. Like I have a client that I got just from a referral from an old client I had.
Right.
Because they're related. They're like in-laws. Mm-hmm. And then word of mouth, because obviously like even within the gym, like people watch me train, or like the classes that I teach during the week, or like they'll see me work out, kind of that type of thing, and they get more interested in like what I have to offer. And then definitely through social media, because I put up like my fitness page, and then I put some like testimonials up there, a couple videos here and there. I haven't posted in a little while because obviously like the shoulders, I've been like working out too crazy, doing like real basic stuff. But
But I honestly think that should be part of what you are posting in your journey, because a lot of people will appreciate that you know how to handle an injury.
Right.
Because if they just see you going balls to the wall all the time, they're like, oh, well, I have an injury. I don't know if I would feel comfortable training with him.
Right.
But if they're like, oh,
True.
no, I saw that he knows how to, nurse his own injury. He knows how to be smart about it. He's not being idiotic, and he's not going like 0 to 100. Oh, yeah, I'm on top of the world. I'm boxing. I'm training. I'm doing like a badass. And then like, oh, I got hurt. All right, I'm just eat crap and do crap for not, until I feel better, hopefully.
Right.
No, you're doing the right things. I think you should use that to your advantage.
True. Yeah, as everyone said just now, it's always in the back of my mind. I'll have like ideas that pop in my head. I'll write it down like my little section of notes that I
Yeah.
got in my phone and stuff like that. But in terms of like really making like the first big step, there will be a time. Now's not the time. There will be.
There will. Yeah, timing's everything, bro. Do it when it feels right.
Yeah. But the enterprise is very much alive.
I love that. I can't wait for it. I'm
Very much.
excited. And once again, always here to help in any way, bro.
Yeah, of course.
And be a part, facilitate, and communicate, and alleviate, and
Appreciate.
hey, there you go.
Okay.
It's been a while. I haven't freestyled in a minute. Sometimes I do like on my ride home, but I haven't even done that in a long time.
Last time I did, it wasn't like a so long time ago. It was probably like I took a trip to Maine with a couple friends like a couple months ago.
Word.
So I definitely did there. But it's been like a little while.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you still got bars.
Oh, you know that.
Come on, bro. You know.
Okay. Know that.
All right, bro. You have any other questions for me?
What's your next big move? Or is that classified? I don't want to get it. I don't want.
Nah, it's not classified. I have multiple things in the works and in the brain, and foundations are being built right now. But I haven't decided which one I am going to put forth all my effort into right now. They range from doing something more personal, lifestyle based, and along the lines of real estate, but not real estate. They also range from like fitness programs, breathing meditation type programs that'll be out and available for people, to maybe changing some of the branding that I already have, which is, debatable if it's smarter to do it now than later, if it makes sense to even do it or just to keep it.
Yeah,
So,
or if it's even like needed.
Yeah, if it's even necessary. Because but realistically, brands change all the time. Dunkin' Donuts isn't Dunkin' Donuts anymore, right? It's just Dunkin'. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, things always evolve and change with time. So it may or may not come into that. Other things involve really, really like on this end, like things. This is something that I can give you a definite is like the guests on here are gonna just continue to evolve and be real deal, super well known, nationally recognized, and people that I'm excited for. People that have really crazy, amazing stories. So stuff that, you know, just continuing to level up in a sense of getting bigger networks of people exposed to the podcast, which I'm excited about, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, I mean, I'm going to Vegas in March. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Yes, but I'm not going to Vegas. I'm not going to do Vegas the Vegas way necessarily. We have, so I'll be in the heart of it, trust me. But our Market America and shop.com convention that's usually down in Miami in February is now going to be in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand.
That's dope.
Crazy.
That's dope.
So wild. So I'm super excited about that because we didn't get to go to North Carolina in August. We ended up doing a virtual one in September. And that's where they, you know, they basically told us that it was going to be in Vegas. I purchased my tickets like immediately.
Just like that.
I was like, shebang, give me that. I'm gonna pocket that. Other than that, man, everything. I'm putting a lot of time into the gym. So the gym is my, you know, workspace right now. My main focus. Helping Haley and my sister. If you're listening and you don't know, I live with her, and she also is the manager, Fit Pro group instructor at the gym. So continuing to help her evolve into the fitness industry. She's only been in for, you know, like six months, going on a year, somewhere in that range. So helping her continue to facilitate her evolution in that. And the gym overall has just been awesome for me in learning so many new things, meeting so many new people, like the story I was telling you about earlier, right? Small world in the fitness industry if you really start to look at it and connect the dots. So it's been cool. That's about it.
What's up, yeah.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Big moves coming soon.
Always.
The future's bright.
I'm most excited. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it confined. I'm most excited for the whole lifestyle thing that I was itching towards earlier. Like real estate, but not real estate. If you can figure that out. So maybe I'll text you after this.
Yeah, I was gonna say do it off air.
Yeah, a little off air. But in the meantime, tell everybody where they can follow you on the interglobe web.
Oh man. So my fitness page, dang, so my phone is my light.
Nah, you good. I can read it out for you if you need
Yeah, I was
it.
gonna say, I know it's smooth.fitness_. That's the
So I'm a correct him on his IG. All right. So on Instagram, you can follow his personal training and sports performance and boxing, you know, all of that stuff at two different accounts, right? So you have Smooth, SMOOVE_fitness, and then underscore again. And then the second account is King, KING, period, Smooth, SMOOVE 22.
That's you.
Thank you, sir. So definitely go over there, follow him on Instagram. Like I said, or like he said, sorry, he's posting his workouts, whether it's boxing, lifting, whether it's training clients on his story and things of that nature. So teaching group classes. If you're in Cranston, if you're in Rhode Island, if you're in the 401, go over to Edge Fitness Clubs, reach out to him, do some personal training with him, because undoubtedly I would recommend, and he knows what he's doing. He's long living. He's wisdom from many lives ago, right? He's got a long living soul. He'll come at you with good energy and bring it in. full circle, whether it's lifestyle, fitness, whatever it is. So definitely check them out. And my last question, bro, is do you have, right, two people off the top of your head that you would want to completely follow for 24 hours? Like you could just almost like a movie, like they don't know you're there, you're just sitting there, and you get to just completely watch every second of that 24 hours, whatever they're doing. You're over their shoulder the entire time. Two people.
Oh man. Oof. All right, two people that are alive. Or alive.
Yeah. Let me open the gates. Open the floodgates.
I remember last time I said Jesus on a question like this, so I won't say Jesus. I'd probably go with I can follow someone around for 2 people around. One of them would be Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, word.
Malcolm X. And then the second one, probably Kobe Bryant. Eric O'Brien.
Word.
Yeah.
That's love.
Sure.
I like that.
LA all day.
LA all day.
LA all day, man.
Yeah. Justin will be living out in LA one day.
Hopefully. Expensive. I gotta save up.
Hey, but you live there, you make more, you spend more. You make more, you spend more.
True.
That's usually the case. You move to like part of West Virginia, you make less, but you spend less.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So y'all, I hope you enjoyed. This was obviously us catching up and talking all sorts of things. So there's a lot to take away from it. And there's a lot that you could probably go without hearing and still have a fine day tomorrow, to be honest with you. But that's what this show is about. It's about us just, exploring all different parts of the brain and exploring that through conversation. And we could get really philosophical, but I don't think neither one of us was in that mindset today.
Not today. A different time.
Yeah. Be on the lookout and stay tuned for the next time Justin hops on, because we're definitely going to get a little more philosophical and deep intellectual conversation.
And I'm definitely gonna have a room that's light.
He's gonna have a more prepared backdrop.
But you live and you learn.
Yes, absolutely, bro. Live and you learn. Third time will be the charm.
Hey, the third one's gonna be the one.
Legit creme de la creme. Podcast of the year.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. Much love. Say hi to everybody for me. Your parents, your brother, the cat.
Yeah.
All the above. You know what I'm saying?
Same, yo.
Until next time, everybody who's listening, and Jay, peace out. Live limitless.
Live limitless, baby.
Boom.
Boom.
These times there's one thing that we can count on to keep us connected, and that is the one and only video conferencing platform, Zoom. Zoom is an amazing platform. It's the very platform that I use to record the visual portion of the LT360 podcast. I also used it today to share a business plan and stay connected with someone that wanted to learn more about products and services that we offer. And I also used it to train a virtual personal training client this morning. It is virtually simplistic, very simplistic. Anybody can use it, and we just scored an amazing deal as unfranchised owners. You can get the $160 valued membership through Zoom for just $9.99 per month. Instead of paying $160 per month for unlimited recording access and storage and tons of other features, you can pay $9.99 per month and save nearly $1,800 per month. You best believe it. I signed up, I created and transferred my account over to this pro account, and I will not be looking back, because that $9.99 per month that I'm paying also comes with a residual 15% IBV commissions. Each and every month that I pay out $9.99, I'm getting 15% commissions on that in the form of IBV, and I cannot think of an easier and better way to stay connected with my team and help my team get paid. So make sure you head over to your back office, go to my account, go to my services, and look up Zoom video conferencing. You will not be disappointed. Let's all use Zoom to help us stay connected and get financially fit together. What's up, Limitless Theory Tribe? Hope you enjoyed the episode. I wanted to take a second to shout out a childhood neighbor of mine, Victor Rosa. He just started a new podcast. Would love for you guys to go support. It's called Real Recognize Real. Just two dudes who love movies, all right? They are going to watch all the movies they can so they can give you quick and insightful reviews on them. These guys have education backing these reviews. They're not just throwing out random opinions. Once again, they are going to see the movies so that you don't have to. So go check them out. Real Recognize Real. Peace. DFOS here. I know y'all understand how much of a nutrition freak I am. And when I heard the world's most nutrient-dense food, you know I had to tune in, listen, and get learned. So I need y'all to check out the LT360 podcast I did with Catherine Arnston, the founder of Energy Bits, an algae-based nutrition company. It is not a supplement, it is a one-ingredient superfood, and it is recognized as the most nutrient-dense food on the planet by the World Health Organization and others. So go check out energybits.com and make sure to use the discount code Limitless Theory at checkout for 20% off. You will not be disappointed, because you will have the most nutrient-dense food in your pantry in the world. Go check it out now. Peace. DFOS here to tell you about my new favorite kitchen appliance. And no, it is not a pan or even a utensil, but instead it is my new pure H2O water filter. It sits behind my kitchen sink. It removes up to 97% of chlorine from my tap water and 77 other contaminants. We know that our bodies are made up of 72% water, and there is a strong connection between the quality of the water that we intake and the quality and longevity of our life. So we have to make sure it is the cleanest and purest water we can get. With Pure H2O, I know that every time I turn my sink on, I'm getting the best and cleanest water possible. So if you want to learn more, head over to thelimitlesstheory.com/shop and you can learn more about Pure H2O. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Adios.